What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Devin, aka Rello, back with your next weekly LEGO build. This week we're going to be building a LEGO set 76,918. It is the McLaren Solus GT and the McLaren F1 LM. It released on March 1st of 2023 for a retail price of $35, and it has already retired. It retired on December 31st of 24, so 2 years ago now. But that's the set we're going to be building today. It is 581 pieces, and let's get right into it, and we'll bring you the review afterwards. See you then.
McLaren Motor Company has been building production cars since 2010. The latest to come out of the Southern England workshop is the Solus GT, an F1-inspired single-seater designed to whip around the track at top speed. With a pedigree reaching back to the 1960s, McLaren is no slouch when it comes to building fast cars, but racing provided too expensive a venture on its own. Like Ferrari and Ford, the company has funded its own activities by making sports cars for years, with one of its most notable examples being the super-fast McLaren F1, the only road-legal car capable of breaking 200 miles an hour mark when it was released in 1994. With landmark entries like the 750S P1, GTS 12C, and Senna under its belt, McLaren has developed a reputation for building some extremely well-regarded sports cars. The latest, however, takes a distinct approach to roasting the racetrack. The Solus GT is not just any racer. It's a pure track machine, and its technology and innovations make it one of the most interesting productions to hit the private road this year. In short, it's a designer's dream: design and dominate. Let's take a closer look at the new video game inspired dream car. The Solus GT is not street legal. Though a professional racer, the Solus GT is purely built for the track. Road-going production cars have to meet federal safety and design regulations, things like turn signals and lights, bumper height, crash ratings, and comfort are less of a priority for racers. This allows manufacturers to narrow its focus to make a fast car, which usually means losing anything that causes extra weight. Things like radios and speakers, sound insulation, and power accessories go out the window. With the design ethos rooted in open-wheel Formula racing, the Solus GT is hardly a tourer, despite remaining elegant and functional. Shallow ground clearance, lack of lights, and racing tires make taking the Solus for a grocery run ill-advised and, more importantly, illegal. However, thanks to track-only designation, the Solus GT does not have to meet emission regulations, meaning every design aspect can be devoted to performance. It's a single-seater. Though McLaren does make road-going touring cars, the Solus GT is not exactly a 750S, rare even among hypercars. It has a single seat in the cockpit center. The fighter jet-inspired canopy slides forward, and the driver must boost themselves on steps built into the monocoque body to chamber in. Once inside, the driver becomes the center of the weight in the car. The single seat step-up and bubble canopy gives the driver a better sight for the track position and nearly unobstructed view for 360 degrees, maximizing the opportunity to push the Solus to its limits on the track. The steering wheel is pure F1 with a flattened yoke adorned with buttons for making on-the-fly adjustments to brake and aero systems, paddle shifters mounted on the rear of the wheel, meaning you won't be able to one-hand this car when driving. The only real adjustment available is a red loop that allows the driver to change the position of the pedals, but that shouldn't worry any buyers because McLaren provides a custom-built seat molding to the dimensions of the driver, who must undergo a professional seat fitting session with the company. Now let's turn our attention to the McLaren F1. The McLaren F1 was conceived in 1988 and realized in 1992. It was McLaren's automotive first foray into road cars and remains a masterful achievement of style and engineering. Even now, it holds a record for the world's fastest naturally aspirated road car. For many years, it is the greatest supercar to ever be created. The dream of the McLaren F1 began when 4 McLaren racing directors were waiting for a flight back to England from Milan in 1988. Together they discussed the future of the company and a shared ambition to design an ultimate supercar. Little did they know, but they were about to make history. 4 years later, the McLaren F1 was unleashed to consumers, instantly becoming the fastest production car in the world. It was the first road car to be built around lightweight carbon fiber monocoque. A modified version won a decisive victory at the 1995 24 Hours of Le Mans, leaving purpose-built racing cars in the dust. Only 106 examples were made in a limited production run, making the F1 one of the most expensive cars in the world even today. When an F1 turns up at auction, it has been known to fetch as much as $20.5 million. From its gilded engine to its dihedral doors, the McLaren F1 was one of the finest sports cars of its generation and beyond. Only 5 McLaren F1 LMs were ever officially produced, each representing one of the 5 GTRs that finished the race, making it one of the rarest cars in the world. It features a 6.1 liter naturally aspirated V12 engine tuned to 680 horsepower, making it the most powerful version of the F1 ever built. This was achieved through upgrading cams, pistons, air intake, and sports exhaust. Weighing just 2,341 pounds, the McLaren F1 LM boasts an exceptional 3.4 pounds to horsepower power to weight ratio, the same as the later McLaren P1, the lightest F1 variant ever made. Inspired by the race-winning F1 GTR, it features a fixed rear wing, lowered and stiffer suspension, and track-tuned aerodynamics. It also lacks sound deadening and the audio system to save weight. The F1 LM was originally intended to be available only in Papaya Orange, a tribute to Bruce McLaren's racing heritage. However, the Sutton of Brutty orders, the 3 examples led to exceptions. I don't even know, buddy. Despite its extreme performance, the McLaren F1 LM was not the fastest in top speed due to the drag from its fixed wing, but it set records in acceleration, achieving 0 to 100 miles per hour in just 6.7 seconds and 0 to 100 to 0 miles an hour in 11.5 seconds, both remarkable for its era. In 2019, the LM Spec F1 sold at RM Sotheby's for $19.8 million, underscoring the enduring legacy of the LM F1 and its symbol of engineering excellence and the motorsport's triumph. That's all the car facts I'm going to read for today. But if you made it this far in the video, I want to ask you to leave me a comment for any recommendations for future videos, what I should add, what would be better, what would be better to leave out, and it would be greatly appreciated. But enjoy the rest of the video, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks. Welcome back. This is the McLaren Solus GT fully built. It features 0 printed pieces, but it does have 2 cool taillights, as well as, well, actually it does have 2 printed pieces. These pieces right here, these little taillight or headlights, are printed on. Other than that, it doesn't have any printed pieces, unless you want to consider the window a printed piece, but that does have some prints on it. The minifig inside only can fit inside with the helmet on. It won't fit if you have her hair on. So that's a little downside, but that's okay. It does have a cool building technique with both of these side pieces right here. I think it's with a Technic piece, but it's pretty cool building technique. Overall, the build took about probably 40 minutes. It's a pretty fast build. And then this is the McLaren F1 LM. It has 2 printed pieces. There's little McLaren symbol right here is printed. Well, then both of these pieces on top of each other are printed as well. And then if you want to consider the glass printed, that is printed as well. The minifig inside this car can fit with its hair or its helmet, either one. I really like this build, and the way it all came together. This is probably my favorite Lego Speed Champion that I've built so far. I believe this is about 13 stickers as well. It takes about 45 minutes, 30-45 minutes. But overall, I very much enjoyed this build and like this car. Probably my favorite Speed Champion I've built. I've only built about 5 or 6, but my favorite so far. So if If you guys did enjoy the video, go ahead and leave a like. If you guys have any comments or recommendations, go ahead and drop them down in the comments below. It would be greatly appreciated. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace out.